Hey guys, this is Stacy from EatTheBite.com. And if you're one of my regular viewers, you might remember the pork carnitas I made a couple of months ago, which I used to make some awesome sliders and tacos. Well, I froze some of that pork, pulled it out of my freezer, and today I bring you this fantastic pork carnitas frittata, which makes for a great brunch or dinner option. Let me show you how to make it. First, I'm going to cook some potatoes for the bottom layer of my frittata. I'm trying these purple creamer potatoes, which I've never had before, but I love potatoes and I love purple, so I decided to give it a try. You can also use Yukon Gold or russet potatoes as well. These potatoes are really tiny, so I'm going to hold it on each side while I slice it into thin rounds. I ended up slicing about 1.5 cups of these potatoes, and then I put them aside in a pan while I sliced some shallots. You can use whatever onion you like here. I had shallots on hand, so I used those. Next, I added some oil to my pan, along with some salt and pepper, and I'll give the potatoes a mix to coat everything. Once the potatoes are coated, I will fuss with them a little bit to make sure they are mostly laying flat and not stacked on top of each other. Then I'm going to put the lid on and let those cook for about 7 to 10 minutes. Then I'll remove the lid, give them a mix around, and I forked them a little here just to make sure that they're nice and tender, and they are. So now it's time to add our onions. We'll give it another stir and let them cook a few more minutes until the onions are cooked through and the potatoes start getting a little crispy. I do like to add a splash of maple syrup here, which gives the potatoes a little extra flavor boost, and if you've never tried this trick with your home fries, you should definitely get on it. Mix the potatoes around again to incorporate the syrup, and now the potatoes are done. The most important thing you can do for yourself at this point is take a potato break and have a nice little potato snack for yourself.
I needed a potato snack, so it's delicious. Okay. Love it. Oh my god, I love potatoes so much. Oh yeah. Oh, this is gonna be delicious frittata.
Next, we need to crack some eggs. You can throw your eggs in a blender, or you can crack them and use a whisk. I opted for hand beating them this time, so I'll give them a good hard whisk until all the eggs are well blended. Then I'm going to add a little bit of salt to this, some heavy cream, give it another whisk, and then I'm going to set it aside so I can shred my cheese. First, I'm going to shred a little bit of fresh Parmesan cheese, and I'm also using some already shredded Jack cheese as well. You can really use whatever cheese you want here. I tend to use what I have on hand. Next is the unpackaging of my defrosted pork carnitas. I'll leave a link below to that recipe, and I will tell you this. I love that I froze some of this after I made the tacos and sliders. It is still absolutely fork tender, as you can see here, so I'll press the chunks down and then I'll give it a rough chop like this, enough to get the pork down to bite-sized pieces. Next, I brushed a little oil at the bottom of my 10-inch skillet. I'll add my yummy little purple potatoes right to the bottom here, and I'm going to spread them out so they lay flat. I'll add cheese on top of that. After that, I put all my pork on top of the cheese. Next, I'll pour the egg into the skillet. And if you don't actually have a skillet, you can use a 10-inch oven-safe pan of your choice, or a pie plate if that's what you have. Now I'm going to cook my frittata in a preheated oven at 400 degrees for about 15 to 20 minutes. While that's cooking, I'm going to chop some cilantro to use as a garnish, and this is optional. Also, if you don't like cilantro, you can always substitute with basil. So I've taken my frittata out of the oven, and I'll let that cool for about 10 minutes. Then I'm going to top the frittata with some black beans, a little sprinkling of cotija cheese, which is optional, and this is what the bag looks like if you haven't seen this before. Lastly, I'll add a little chopped cilantro, and I'm getting ready to cut into this awesome pork carnitas frittata. Next, I do have some salsa verde on hand. Both of these options are really great, and I do usually go with the mild version here, but feel free to go spicy if that's what you like. I've cut myself a nice little sliver here, and I do love my cilantro, so I added a pinch more of that, plus a spoonful of that salsa verde. And now it's time to eat the bite.
I'm just going for it. This looks like such a wonderful I hope it tastes as good as it looks. I can't tell if that's in focus. Let's use the bottom too. So I got my potatoes, got everything in between. Oh, oh, yum. Oh. Okay. I'm just trying to appreciate it all. Oh. Oh, that is delightful. A little potato on the bottom. These flavors go really well together. I love the little beans on the top. Love my potatoes on the bottom. Well, as you can see, I'm eating this whole thing, so that means I love it. What an unusual little brunch offering, too. Oh my god. Oh, this is a winner right here. And come on, a little more salsa verde. I actually think you could have even put a little bit more potato. Well, I say that because I love potatoes. Oh. This is really unique. I got some little crisp on the bottom, which really works well with the frittata. No, I want that. That was so good. Oh, and I was so hungry for lunch too.
That's all for now, guys. If you enjoyed this video, you should definitely like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And as always, you'll find this and all the printable recipes over on my website at eatthebite.com. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.